Hi everyone, this is Cake Eat at Midnight, and I just wanted to hop on here really quick to show you some cake pop stuff. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. It's at caking_at_midnight. We are on Facebook as well, Caking at Midnight. YouTube, obviously, and Josh is starting to dabble into Twitter. So that is at caking_midnight. No at on that one. So let's get started. I have the leopard cake in the oven and it's cooking, but I also am doing my cake pop orders tonight also. So I wanted to jump on here really quick and wanted to show you guys the difference in consistency from the last time we did cake pops when I used the Wilton candy melt. So this time I'm using CK products. These are orange. I'm gonna make pumpkins again because that's what the order is for. But I have these melted. I melt them the same way, 50% power, set it for 5 minutes, and then cook for a minute, stir, and then 30-second intervals till it's done. It still takes about 2.5 minutes or so on 50% power to get it to this consistency. So Josh is probably gonna say the lighting's not correct and what, blah, 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 blah. But here we go. So this is the CK products, and it's melted. And you can see that it's definitely a lot more runny. Now, if you remember in the Wilton video from the cake pops I did before and made the little pumpkins, we added coconut oil to those. This, as you can see, clearly does not need the coconut oil. So it depends on what brand you're using. The Wilton definitely needs some help. It's not gonna be runny, it's not gonna be a good drip, it's not going to be ooey gooey like this. So you need to add the coconut oil, the shortening, something to it to get it to thin out. But these are the CK products. You guys can see that. Oh. This was the orange. I have green and blue with me tonight also because we're doing monsters. But I wanted to show you guys that consistency because it's a lot different. Also with these, I'm putting, not so much with the pumpkins, but for the monsters, I gotta put a little eyeball on there. So this is obviously gonna firm up. I'll show you real quick on one of the cake pops because it's chilled, but it's not gonna firm up as fast. So you have to kind of be patient with it. So when I do the monsters, I have to do a couple of them, then put the eyeballs on, or if I put the eyeball on right away, it's gonna fall off. Or sprinkles or whatever if you're adding something to that cake pop, it's gonna come off. So I'll show you one really quick. So again, cake pop basics, really quick. Make sure you have enough in there to where you can dip the cake pop in there. These have been chilled for at least 5 hours. The longer they're in there, the better. Now I have had these sitting on the counter a little bit and they're starting to get warm. So I'm gonna have to stick them back in or it's gonna be a pain. So have this all mixed up. I'm gonna dip it in my chocolate. I'm sorry you guys can't see that on there. The chocolate is already starting to harden up, and then you can go ahead and sit him and he's ready to go. And with the Wilton, it's a little more important to keep stirring this. The CK products doesn't harden up as fast as the Wilton. So when you go and dip them in there, it's pretty fast and you're able to shake more of the excess off. And you can wipe some of that off on the bottom and then stick him on your wax paper and he's good to go. So I'm gonna do a couple more of these really quick. Let me change the position of the camera so you guys can see me dipping this in here. Now I set my cake pops down. If you were putting them up to look more like a lollipop or an actual cake pop, this wouldn't be such an issue. Let me show you really quick here. When I set these, like I just set this one here, there's a lot of excess that doesn't always come, oops, right there, doesn't always come off. So sometimes I have to set it and then peel it off and you can see the excess comes off. It's okay to have some on there, but sometimes it doesn't come off enough and then you're left with too much extra, and then it's a pain. So let me switch this and you can watch me do a couple. So here we are mixed up. As you can see, it's still keeping its gooiness. It doesn't need a lot of extra work like the Wilton does. Just go ahead and dip them in there. Shake them off. You can always use the side of your bowl a little bit there to scrape them off, and then just sit them on your paper. Oop. We just had a cake pop disaster. It's time to stick them back in the fridge. But we can save them. Save me, save me. Just go ahead and cover him up. You know, these are pumpkins, and not every pumpkin is perfect, right? He's good. We'll sit him there on our paper. Spin him around. Put a little extra drizzle on there. He might not be perfect, but he'll set. He'll be good to go. So if, sorry, I don't have my cameraman tonight. Oh, that'll work. So if they start to fall off the stick, or they're just not feeling too tight with them, stick them back in the fridge. That's the biggest thing. If they start to come back to room temperature, you're gonna hate life and hate cake pops and never want to do them again. Take your time and stick them back in the fridge. So since this one already fell off the stick, and I don't want to have to keep doing this, back in the fridge they go, and I'll start on my monsters. Remember, the candy melts once they harden. You can stick them back in the microwave and heat them up again. So if you have leftovers, or you have to run an errand, deal with kids, bakery emergency, whatever the case may be, if these harden, no matter what product I've used, you can stick them back in the microwave. Or like I have some white I've stuck in an airtight container, and I can use those again later. So these are gonna go back in there for a little bit longer. I'm gonna bring out my monsters, start on those. But I hope you guys were able to see the difference in the CK products compared to my last video of the Wilton candy melts. My husband swears that the CK ones taste better, but to me it's chocolate covered coating, so it's up to you. And I think that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video. Questions, comments, don't forget to leave them in the comment section below. I do answer anything I see. I know I say that every time, but I want to be helpful because I'm learning as I go as well still. And sometimes I wish somebody else would be there to help me to answer questions. So if I see it come up, if I don't see it right away, Josh is on me to answer it as fast as I can. So we'll get those answered for you. As always, this is Caking at Midnight, and happy